Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video I will be describing the full moon on the 12th of May. According to the Babylonian sidereal astrology and the Babylonian zodiac, the placements of the moon and the sun are in the very last degrees of Aries and Libra. Usually the last degrees of every sign are considered challenging. In this video we'll describe what this full moon means for us and for the world. In my previous video I described from astrological perspective, from the perspective of the ancient astrology, every lunar day. What is the energy of every lunar day so that we can plan our activities. Now it will be general overview of the next 15 days to come, because the full moon of every month actually is describing the upcoming 15 days, the next 2 weeks. So from the moment of the full moon, you know the moon will be waning. Keep in mind this next 14 days will be a little bit more appropriate for completion of things, for certainly not for new beginning, because our marriages, because if you start something when the moon is waning, this may not be really very good beginning and also development of your activity. Also more benevolent the period after full moon, the waning moon, is for medical interventions, but in my videos on everyday activities I'm describing which day is good for medical intervention and which is not. So this full moon is happening in the 28 degrees of Libra and Aries. In general, what is the energy of the placement of the moon? This degree, 28 degree, what we have there, from the 20th to the 30th degree, according to the ancient Babylonian astrology, we have projection of one constellation, the two skulls. So we have basically there two skulls and a goat. So also another placement is the ocean and the ship of Acheron. There is the world of the death. So there is an ocean which is dividing the world of the death and the living, and there is also a sailor, a boatman, who is actually sailing and bringing the dead people to their world. So this is the mythology behind these constellations, and people who are born with this placement of the moon oftentimes are mediums. They are very sensitive to energies, they are clairvoyant. But let's see what these degrees mean, not in the natal horoscopes but for the world. Now, very esoteric, hard to describe symbolically, but it is believed that very knowledgeable degrees, these are very intellectual and actually could be even successful. Also these degrees give people who are very good warriors, soldiers, people who are very successful. So this degree certainly are not degrees of failures and losses. This could be degrees of success. In general, the sign of Libra being the hidden place of Saturn, hidden place means exaltation place, is a very, very interesting sign with important fixed stars from the constellation of Northern Crown. This gives only additional power to the sign of Libra. So about this degree, what this degree would give to us, certainly powerful next 15 days you see, powerful because also the dispositor of Libra, Venus, is in Pisces, very powerful. Certainly these degrees are not displacement of the moon. These degrees are not degrees which will remain, how to say, without events or without experiences for us. In what way? Libra is a sign of talents, design, creation of beauty. The degrees are about winning. The degrees are about intellectual work, creation of beauty, design work. So this would be full of potentials for people who are talented, who want to work and enhance their talents. Great for knowledge, discovering new things, new studies, new information, very intellectual degrees. And as you see, we said the boat Acheron, who is dividing the worlds, the ocean who is dividing the worlds and the boat Acheron. If we read this really symbolically, this is one of these amazing times typical for our era, times of change and division, and you see how divided we are. The people who choose this philosophy or to believe in still in the matrix, others who are opening their eyes. So it's another time of division, whether you choose this path or the other path, and there is no wrong path. It depends. It belongs to our evolution, to the evolution of our souls. So this next 15 days will be another full of events, spiritual and also on the physical realm, events which will enhance our enlightenment, evolution of our soul. So it will be very interesting. Many things will happen, and Libra is so important because as I mentioned, ruled by Venus, and Venus is powerful, and Venus is with Saturn at that moment because Saturn is also in Pisces with Libra. So in terms of important political news and positions, these 15 days will not surprise us, but it will be more like for benevolent for the people, but mainly in terms of knowledge. In addition, the Sun is in the 28 degrees of Aries, and Mars, the dispositor of the Sun, is fallen. So here we have more powerful moon than the Sun in this full moon. The moon is ruling in the astrology of nations, of the mundane astrology. The moon is ruling the people. So this will not be so benevolent for the rulers. It will be more like opportunity for the people. Like I told you, in terms of, especially if you're open-minded, choosing to learn more, to enhance your talents, your intuition. But of course, full moons are not always very easy emotional periods for everyone. Some people love full moons, others feel not very stable, not very harmonious. But if you feel well on the full moons, this full moon is great for creative work, learning, trying to reach balance in your life, in any area of your life. Successful professionally could be also because of these degrees. Could be that we experience a little bit of disharmony because of the square of Mars to the moon, but the square of Mars is not exact, so I believe it wouldn't be so difficult. But in general, these degrees are called power. Power are called the degrees, and increase their code. Opportunity for ruling your businesses, your lives, reaching balance. So actually, this is certainly not a bad full moon, and for financial work, for your businesses, also not. But Mars causes disharmony, which means we need to try to remain very balanced, and this is possible only when we connect with nature. This is for me the main remedy. And saying this, allow me to invite you. I do this in my recent videos because I have a very new channel. I called it Krasi's Farm. lifestyle. There I'm showing you my farm. I'm trying to remain very connected with nature. I'm showing you my animals. The channel is not astrological, but of course I am applying astrology. Sometimes I'm choosing certain herbs, for example, to feed my chickens with so that they can lay more eggs, for example. Sometimes this is experiment, but usually it makes sense. So you will find, it's called Krasi's Farm Lifestyle, and you can find link to my channel under this video. So I personally think, and I apply this to my life. Connection with nature is our remedy to find balance with ourselves, with others. And yes, this full moon is this. So many things is this full moon. So many constellations are projected in the degrees of the full moon, of the placement of the moon. And I told you, the two skulls. If you think only about the skulls, it is about two. It is about maybe division. And we see people dividing in their opinions, in lifestyles, in whatnot, belief systems, philosophies. It is about the ocean. It's a lot about division, choosing your path. So we'll be given during the next 15 days choice. And we are all the time, if you just think we're given choices all the time, really, all the time, which philosophy to choose, which life manner, style to choose, which knowledge to follow, wisdom, understand everything. It's a lot about choice. Therefore, the free will is there. Certainly. So you see, these are degrees, power and increase. Usually with this degree, people pile up lots of knowledge and person becomes expert. But people with these degrees choose not to be under the projectors, not to be visible. But it is great for the evolution of our soul. So the next 2 weeks could be really very good. But again, I repeat, not for new beginnings. This is more to enhance your status quo, and we don't become visible. Like these degrees will not make us famous. I say this for people who like to become famous, for example. So I hope, ladies and gentlemen, somehow this was interesting. You can also share your thoughts on the symbolic meaning of this constellation. The ship Acheron, who is, and the ocean, who is dividing the world of the dead and the living. And then also you have the 2 skulls and the goat. And remember, goat is always about power, because you have the goatfish, the Capricorn, it's a goat ruling the 10th house. It's always about power. This is why these degrees are called power and increase. So make sure that you use them properly for your own evolution, for your own success in your talented work, in your businesses. But remember, not as new beginning, mainly to maintain the status quo, to build better business, for example, to build better knowledge, wisdom, and so. So all the best to you. Bye-bye.